this is Maya and thank you so much for being here with me in another Sims 4 speed build. Today, we're building Porco's hideout from the Studio Ghibli film Porco Rosso on a 20 by 40 lot in Tartosa for my ongoing build series, #MAIAmakes Ghibli. So this is up on my gallery under the ID MAIAmakes. If you want to stay tuned for my future Ghibli builds, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. So for those of you guys who've been watching this build series for a while, you know that I have started this ever since September last year, and this is my 4th Ghibli build so far. The first one was Kiki's house from Kiki's Delivery Service, and the next one was the Kusakabe house from the movie My Neighbor Totoro, and the third one was from Ponyo. I built the house on the cliff by the sea from the movie Ponyo. And this is my 4th build, which is at this pace. I know I'm a slow builder, but I have this 4th build and I hope you really like it. Although it's pretty simple compared to the others, and it's just very straightforward. It's literally a hideout on the beach. Compared to my other builds, this is relatively shorter, and yeah, as I said, it's just straightforward. It's a hideout on the beach. But if you're wondering why Porco Rosso, why this super simple build, it's not even that memorable, I guess. But I have this plan to remake the world of Tartosa in The Sims into a Ghibli world. So I noticed that there's this gorgeous beachfront by this part of Tartosa, and I knew that it would be perfect for Porco's hideout. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link the inspiration for this build somewhere in the screen. And yeah, as I said, it's from the movie Porco Rosso, and if you don't know what that movie is, basically, it's set in Italy, I guess, somewhere in the Mediterranean, and the leading character is Porco Rosso, who is this infamous seaplane pilot, and we don't know why, but he was cursed to look like a pig, and he's a rogue to the Italian government, and he's also a fiend against the seaplane pirates, and it's one whole adventure in the Adriatic Sea. But he's accompanied by this young upstart seaplane engineer who's called Fio, and throughout the movie they have this friendly relationship about discovering themselves, knowing more about themselves, and eventually, kind of a spoiler alert, Porco becomes human through Fio's help and their growth in their relationship. I know I didn't explain it that well, but trust me, it's a beautiful and underrated Ghibli movie. It's set in this Ghibli-esque world, of course. It's always perfect when it's Studio Ghibli. The animation's always perfect when it's Studio Ghibli. The score is beautiful, the setting is beautiful, the world is beautiful. That's why I wanted to put this in the game, even though it's not that memorable build. It still counts as a Ghibli build, and it features a lot of important scenes in the movie. I'm not gonna tell you what important scenes are happening in this place, but I guess I give kind of a glimpse to it in the build tour later on in this video. Maybe you're wondering, if it's such a quick build, if it's such a short and simple build, why is this video more than 10 minutes? Well, I think it's a common rule here in this channel that I recreate every single detail, like the very tiniest ever detail, I would put it in the build. Like here, I added, I think, what do you call those? Matchsticks? I added matchsticks, I added a wire that you don't really need. It's not gonna serve any purpose, but it makes it look closer to the scene in the movie. Even here, like you see this on the screen, that I'm making the Italian flag out of these lounge chairs. I mean, we have seaplanes in the game, but I wasn't satisfied as to how it looked because I wanted it to be as close as possible to what I saw in the movie, so I made an Italian flag out of these lounge chairs, even though it's very ridiculous and it's not functional. The planes are not functional, by the way. Just like we don't have functional cars in the game, so I guess I could do a little more effort to it than the Sims team did, but you know, we make do what we can with the things that we have in game. Also, a heads up that all my builds do not contain custom content. Some of you are telling me that I use custom content, but I don't. I do use the tool mod, but you won't need the tool mod when you download any of my builds. However, there is an exception to this build. It's because I won't upload it to the gallery. Because most of the items are placed outside, like the boulders that you see on the outskirts of this build, they're placed outside of the lot. I mean, I did what I can to make them inside the lot, but it really didn't work out. So this build will be only available once the whole save file of this Ghibli series would be up. Although if you know a way that I could upload this with all those items outside, please let me know. I would do anything to let you guys use this build so you could use it for your own gameplay. So yeah, I guess that's all that I can say about the build. But on a more personal note, I guess, some news for this channel. I do have a giveaway that I'm hosting on Instagram, so if you want to join that, you could check out my Instagram at MAIAmakes. And along with that giveaway, I'm also hosting a build challenge. So this build challenge, I'm calling it #WhereInTheWorldChallenge, where you have to build a room based on the country that you're from or based on your heritage if you'd like that. So I also did my own take on this challenge. I am from the Philippines, I'm Filipino, and I built a room based on my culture. So I built a bedroom that's very specific into Filipino interior design. So it was really fun and interesting creating that and showing that to other people too. So I'm actually quite excited for what you guys would build, and I'm also interested to know where you guys are from and, give me a glimpse of what your culture or your country is about. And to top it all off, you get a free Sims 4 kit if you win this challenge. I'm going to pick one favorite entry, and that winner would get a free Sims 4 kit. But if you don't want to join the challenge, you still want to have a chance to get a Sims 4 kit, you could enter through the giveaway that's going on in my Instagram. So that's a really easy way to win a Sims 4 kit. On my personal experience, I've won some kits, a few game packs. I actually won the My Wedding Stories game pack from a giveaway from another Simmer. It sounds cheap that I'm a content creator, yet I still join giveaways. I still have to do classes. I'm still a student, by the way. I'm just doing this for fun, but I'm set for something that I'm passionate about. And, if you love the videos that I'm doing and the builds that I've been making, I hope you consider subscribing and liking this video, or you could support me on Ko-Fi. I finally set up a Ko-Fi account after so many days of promising that I would set it up, but now it's up, and I just received my first Ko-Fi supporter, which is so gratifying. And doing this for free is already gratifying on its own, but seeing you guys appreciate my work, it's really amazing, and it makes me so happy. So that's 2 news for this channel. Another news is that last April or March, I guess, was that I became a writer for the Sims community. So it's one of the biggest online websites that gives you Sims content, and I became a contributor to it for a short while. If you don't know, I actually do build tutorials, and I made articles about those build tutorials if you prefer reading how to do certain build stuff in The Sims. Actually, that was not my first writing Sims job, freelance job. I am also a writer for the Sims Nation magazine. I am the master builder of Sims Nation magazine, and I also give build tips. But if you want to check out my articles, the articles that I've done so far, you could check it out in the description below. I think that's all the news that I've got for you guys so far. So I guess I should talk more about the build, which is what I should have been doing in the first place. But anyway, as you see here, I made this little, I think an outhouse, but I think it's the main house of this build. In the movie, there was this little box building with a red door in it, and I didn't know what to do with it. So I guess the only logical way for this to work in The Sims is that I had to turn it into a functioning home. And by the way, I also saved this lot as an off-the-grid lot. So Technically, you could use all of the items here without electricity except for one stereo. I guess it's a stereo, like a jukebox stereo. And this is also a tiny home. I think it's a micro home. So you get all the benefits that a micro home would get. So as you see here too, there's this favorite trick that I just discovered while building this. So I wanted to make this tire into a functioning chair. So what I did was, instead of overlapping a living chair and the tire, I placed the tire on the floor below and I raised it up to the level that my build is on, and it works well. So I guess I do a lot of that in my tutorials. So yeah, this is quite a short build and you're already so close to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching until here. If you like this video and want to see more of my builds, do like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. The build tour is coming up and I wish you all have a lovely day. See ya!
Samba. Oh, dag. This samba. Oh, dag. So.